Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Kat's Krafty Corner. I'm your host, Kathy from La Crosse Public Library, and today we're going to be discussing adhesives. Crafters have two types of adhesives that they have in their crafting tools. One is considered a wet adhesive. A wet adhesive, you have to be patient and you have to let it dry. Now then there are dry adhesives where patience doesn't matter too much and you don't have to let it dry for too long. You can go on and get your project done quickly. We're going to start exploring my favorite adhesives that I have here at home. We're going to look at the wet adhesives first. My favorite one is this Beacon Zip Dry Adhesive. Why it's my favorite? It's because of the bond it holds to the paper. It does not warp the paper. It does not make the paper wrinkle. It holds it to another sheet of paper. I can make a project with this glue today, put it away, take it out in 5 years, and it's going to have the same hold as it did the day I created. Not like other glues that I've used in the past where I would make something one day and the next day I go to use it or take it or send it to someone and it's already taken apart. Can't do that. You just can't have that as a crafter, I believe. So this is my favorite wet adhesive that I use. A close runner-up is this Nouveau adhesive. Why is a close runner-up? It's because you can control the flow of glue out of the bottle. It doesn't leave any sticky residue on your hands. And the nozzle, I'm not sure how well you can see it, but it's a very thin tip nozzle that can work with very delicate pieces of paper or delicate embellishments or die cuts, similar to this little die cut that I have right here. Look how thin this is. How would I use a wet adhesive on this type of die cut without having it spread all over, cleaning up a mess? This does the job, I tell you. A close second in this type of a nozzle is this pen-shaped one. This is Connect Glue by Gina K Designs. You can also control the flow of glue out of the nozzle, and the nozzle is very thin, just like a little pen. One warning, when the glue hits almost the bottom and you're squeezing, your muscles in your hand will get tired and sometimes will cramp up just because of trying to get the last amount of glue out of it. Now, a very super glue for crafters is considered this E6000. E6000, I have to warn you, you need to have a well-ventilated area. You also possibly want fans. You do not want to inhale the fumes for a long period of time. This, however, works well to bond to wood, to other projects that you don't want to use your glue gun for. Something your glue gun might ruin. This works for it. Now, every crafter has a glue gun in their crafty tools. This is mine. It's actually brand new. The old one that I had, I couldn't find the glue sticks anymore. So I had to figure out a new glue gun. And what sold me on this one was the design of it. I like this bottom. It's flat. It's going to sit nicely on my craft table at home. Now that was a look of some of the wet adhesives that I have here at home. Now on to the dry adhesives. My first dry adhesive that I want to introduce you to is double-sided tape. I have here a 1/2 inch, an 1/8 of an inch, and a 1/4 of an inch. It comes into bigger sizes and it also comes into sheets. This happens to be a permanent double-sided tape. There's also repositional double-sided tape, and honestly, it doesn't matter what brand you use. They all work and do the same thing. What's nice about the sheets is that you can apply this to a piece of paper or a piece of cardstock, and it makes it into more of a sticker. So then when you run your die of this through your die cutting machine, it's going to have a sticky back to it. So then you don't need to have in your paper crafting tools an adhesive with a small tip nozzle. Instead, you have these sheets that work well with them. So one or the other or both. They work both the same. Another type of a dry adhesive is glue dots. Again, I have tried many different types of glue dots. Doesn't really matter what type, what brand you use. You can find these at any craft store, but they allow you to manipulate the glue into small areas, into crevices, and you can reshape them and you can use them in a wide variety of ways. Glue dots work wonderful. In that regard, Glue Dots, that brand, also makes these adhesive sheets for Vellum. Now, Vellum is a thin layer of paper that is see-through. So if you did like a picture and then attach a piece of Vellum over top of it, you're gonna get a nice little look of a wedding invite, basically. However, you don't want to see the adhesive in there. You don't want to see your glue dots. You don't want to see your double-sided tape. You don't want to see your wet glue in there at all. This takes care of that problem. These Glue Dots adhesive sheets right here. Now, another type of dry glue is your foam. You have foam squares or rounds. You got foam tape or foam sheets. They all do the same job, just different sizes, different ways. Squares, you can pop up a dimension, give it a little bit more of a dimension on your card. Foam tape, foam squares allow you to make shaker cards. So it just gives you that little more thickness so that you can have something in there and shake it around. Glitter, confetti. It's just another way of sprucing up a craft project. And then, in the past, I have used painter's tape to hold something down, or if I had stamped an image and I needed to then die cut it out. You know, without any painter's tape, you're gonna miss how you die cut it out. Well, iCraft has come out with this purple tape. It works exactly like painter's tape. It is the same thing. You can use it, painter's tape, or you can use this iCraft tape. This comes in a wide variety of sizes, just like painter's tape. And then they also come out with the spray adhesive. And this is specifically used for stencils. You spray this on the back of your stencil, then you place your stencil over your piece of paper, and then you can work with your stencil. It makes it repositionable, but it holds enough to get your stencil without flubbing up your image. And hopefully, in a future video, I will be showing you how I use this and stencils together. So today I showed you some of my favorite adhesives that I have here at home. I hope you learned about a new one, or you may try something different in your crafting arsenal at the moment. And I want to thank you for joining me at Kat's Crafty Corner, and I will see you in the next episode.